Let's check on the futures this Sunday night. We'll start with the S&P, the ES, and the 2-hour candle gives us a clear range. We have 4760. It was a big fail. And we have 4701. It was a big bounce. So ping pong between those two. Whichever one fails first will have follow through in that direction. So how do I play this? One way to do it is, first of all, if I guess up from here, I'm guessing. We'll zoom in to see if we have, actually, let's do it right now. I would be tempted to short the rally if it comes into the upper ends of this candle. So 4755 or higher, I would start thinking, all right, where can I enter short and stop out? The stop out, I think, will have to, levels wise, I would be disappointed if they get to 4774. So that's a big stop out. So I would probably use the proper percentage per risk appetite, each individual person. So the entry point would be up here, and the bounty from that would be something like this. And if I go long here, I'm simply guessing. There is a little hiccup zone at 4750, and there's plenty of support. So I'm not sure we can go down to, say, 4690 overnight unless we have some sort of a catalyst of sorts. We have plenty of headline sources these days. 4720 looks like a bunch of buyers into that. So the temptation would be to go long from down here. So if we come down into this zone, I would be tempted to do this and exit. Or if this happens, reshort here for this potential, because this one, folks, might have another leg lower to test that. So short up against 4758, or short, wait for the commitment to bounce off of here and short on this bounce. So that's the bearish plays. The bullish ones, of course, if they take out this one with force and you believe that it's going to have continuation to the upside, then the play would be to be long on dips. So the bullish person, they would take longs into this zone to ride it up. Okay. And if they come down halfway and hold, and they come back to here and take out from wherever they come down from, now you have a second leg. So if I buy longs into this, I'll put stops below this one for sure, or percentage, whichever comes first. And my bounty would be this. And if I have runners to leave for this, I could get a secondary bump to the prior place where I would short. So these are the lines. I would short against this level and stop out, go long against this level and stop out, and you have two steps to play in each direction. All right, so let's go to the NQ and see what we have. The Nasdaq took a beating last week, so the bulls are tired. I'm thinking they will try to bounce off of 16,420 or lower. Pretty sharp candles here. Bigger candles, rejection candles of the lows at 16,370 or lower. So those will be attempts to go long with stops, proper stops. You don't have anything here, so you're going to have to go with gut on that one, or discipline. Like if I lose X percent, I'm out, because you don't have any help from the charts. On the other hand, if I go long on a dip for this swing up, if we do this, and somebody takes longs and it's a proper entry here, you could get that reversion. And if you exceed the 16.5 from which we're just falling now, you could get a secondary bump to 16.550. Tricky, the Nasdaq, very tricky. Most of my friends prefer the ES, but it is tradable. Let's go look at the small cap. The RTY, the small caps, has a larger, it seems like a wider range percentage-wise. So again, the idea is to go long into support. So I see an immediate support at 1967 and change. I don't know if I trust it. I definitely don't trust it. I would need to see 65 or lower. 65, I have a bunch of candles, even though they overshot a little bit. So I have support inside this zone. So if they come down to 65-ish, I would think long for this. Same as the Nasdaq, if they're able to take out these candles, which are at 1978 through 80, you can probably test these, which are terminal. I would be out against those, which is 1986. Now, if I short here because I'm bearish overnight, I can play this short. I forgot to mention that on the Nasdaq as well. And if I'm patient and I have them lose 1961 or 1962 convincingly, they might come and test this zone. This is a strong zone. So I'm out here if I'm a bear. And in fact, I start trimming out at 1954 or lower. Okay, so that's both ways to play this. It looks the YM is starting to feel the pain from the Boeing debacle. They're anticipating it, I guess. Already plunging. Dive, dive, dive. Where is my noise? The submarine noise. So these guys can be in trouble. Why? They haven't had a lot of support anywhere down here near. So if they lose the supports from Friday, from last week, I think it's a flush lower, like 2% pretty quick, if I remember from memory. Watch the video that I'm going to release tonight as well. Okay, so these are strong buyers, but I don't know how strong they are in the face of a whoosh in Boeing. And so losing 37,560, I think will give them enough to retest this one successfully, which means that I think they will end up at 37.4. That'll be an interesting short. Any strength, I would reshort against these and the headline. So I think if that'll be the nicest trade tonight. I should have started with this. Strength short against 37,680 or higher, because I think they will curl back down, and the downside will be as big as this. Let's give it less than that. I'm going to say 37,440 to 37,400 is a feasible target on this one. If you're patient, you can babysit this one overnight, and maybe you take off trading tomorrow. Say, hey, I'm taking a day off. That could be interesting today. Really, anything that has to do with the dollar, I'm going to skip. Look at this gold. There's 50-50 chance of doing everything. You have a huge spike up and huge spike down, courtesy of the jobs number. They misread them first and say, oh, no, I hate it. No, wait, I love it. No, wait, I hate it. So it's a complete doji. So I'm going to stop right here, make this video short, and have us enjoy Sunday night.